This is the third and final video of the 2014 Med Cruise starting in Venice, and this video starts as we leave the port of Civitavecchia and finishes up in Barcelona. And we return to the ship from our day in Rome, and we're now in the port of Civitavecchia. In about 15 minutes or so we'll be leaving the dock here and we're heading to Livorno, where we'll be doing a day trip to Florence. It's 10 to 7 in the morning, Wednesday the 17th of September, and we have arrived in the port of Livorno. We'll soon be heading toward the buses to head up to our day in Florence.
San Miniato, exactly on your right hand side you will see very well. San Miniato is the name of this village, and it's possible to recognize it from the tower that is possible to see from the top of the hills. Typical Tuscan village at the top of the hills to defend themselves from the attacks of many enemies around this area. The river Arno and a beautiful view of the dome of the cathedral. You see the tower right there of the palace, the old palace, and over there the bridge.
Where we leave our tour guide and go off on our own.
Just remove a little bit this part and then we put everything.
There's the Ponte Vecchio down the river, and we'll get a little closer to it in a minute. There's the view of the Duomo, and we're going to be over there shortly. This looks like the way to get over the bridge. This is a bit like the Rialto in Venice. Lots of shops as you go over the bridge. It's the fake David statue. We're going to see the real one in a few minutes. This is the square with the Uffizi Gallery, which we're just going to look at from the outside. And this is a statue of Neptune in the same square. Time for another pass. Oh no.
Es ging hier um Durchhetzen. Voll?
Tower of the palace and the bell tower of Santa Croce Square. I had the first one on the left hand side is the tower of the old palace, and of course from here it's possible to see very well all the most important buildings. At the top of the dome it's possible to see many people right there. After 400 steps they climb the dome of the famous Brunelleschi, the Renaissance structure right there on the cathedral.
It's 6:10 and we've just got back from a very long day in Florence. We're sitting here with pina coladas and we're sailing at 8 o'clock tonight and heading off to Monaco. Ship that's just leaving port now is the Norwegian cruise line ship the Spirit, and we're hoping to book a cruise on them next spring at the end of our long stay in Spain. It's Thursday morning, September the 18th, and we are in the port of Monaco. It appears from the fact that the tenders are down that we will be tendering into shore, whereas they had hoped to get a dock. It looks like we're getting ready to do something. Ready to go ashore, and here come some shuttles. We're just heading down to the deck where you board the tender, and in about half an hour we'll be on land in Monaco. Shore now, and there's our ship, and we're looking for a little tourist train. We'll be on one of these in a minute.
You don't have the yellow submarine.
We're just going past the Oceanographic Museum.
Beautiful view across the harbour.
We are now entering part of the Formula One Grand Prix circuit.
That racing car tour.
There's the casino.
It's not going to turn out well.
Was over, and here's Cousteau's yellow submarine. Just changed its location a little from the last time we were here. the palace, and we just missed the changing of the guards. So here's the casino in Monaco, and we're just going to go down and see if they'll let us in. They're a bit fussy here. This is a little shuttle called the Bateau Boat, which is going to take us from one side of the harbour to the other, where we get the tender back to the ship. Is this the way to the Jumbo floating restaurant? Well, this is the final view as we sail across the Monte Carlo harbour. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. We're back on board after what I think was probably the roughest shuttle ride we've ever had, and it was pretty difficult getting off the tender ship when we got here, because the tender and the ship's platform never stayed together for more than a couple of seconds. So it was pretty tricky, and we're glad to be back here. In the morning, Friday the 19th of September, and we're just pulling into the port of Marseille. This morning we're taking a 45-minute bus ride to Aix-en-Provence for a short tour, and we should be back here by lunchtime.
Oh, we're out good and early.
Also at the end of the walking tour, we're going to show you the big brasserie, where all the painters and writers used to go. We're going to see at the end of the street, it's a big fountain. Please notice it well, even though I'm going to leave you at the end at the same boulevard, that it goes straight to the fountain. It's not this one, it's another one. I'm going to be walking with you, to the street that you can see the fountain, but I want you to notice it well. This is the real name is Charles de Gaulle.
Oh, well, we'll be able to get a picture of this later. Well, not from the back.
No, ça va. Okay.
There's the apple
You see
store.
the apple around here? That's what the bus hopefully is going to be here on the right side. So you see the fountain, and you see my hand? The street over there, that's where we're going to be ending up.
Okay.
When we arrive, we're going to be in that boulevard, okay? So the fountain is here, and the bus hopefully is going to be here on my right. Il faut que je sois là-bas, on va dire à 10h30. Tu crois qu'il y a peut-être pas de pour retourner? Remember, that was another name.
Unfortunately, our tour has not yet included a stop at a coffee shop.
Is that the fountain? Yes. Okay.
Usually we go that way, but there I got
Back on the main boulevard. Well, we're in the best place possible, in a cafe drinking espresso, checking our email, and it's raining outside.
Back it is. You can hear it.
Welcome to Aix. We're back at our meeting place by the fountain. Rain stopped. Looks like it's going to clear up. I'll say about 2 hours ago, and the weather has got a little rougher, nothing we can't handle. So we are crossing over to Barcelona and should be there by noon or earlier on Saturday morning for our last day of the cruise. It's Saturday morning, the last day of our cruise. We're going very slowly towards Barcelona, and we should be there around midday. It's about 10 Saturday morning, and our captain, whose middle name is Speedy Gonzales, is now actually entering the harbour, even though we're not scheduled to dock until noon. So it looks as if he must have got approval to get in earlier. We don't have an organised tour today because, quite frankly, we're fed up with organised tours. So as soon as we dock, we're going to go off on our own to a park where they have lots of exhibits by the artist Gaudi, and then wander down Los Ramblas, the old area. So far the view as we come in has not really been particularly attractive. Well, we're off the dock after the taxi drivers tried to rip us off. We came in on the port bus, which was a much better idea. And this is the Christopher Columbus statue where all the buses start and finish. We are now at the Gaudi Park, having taken a €15 taxi ride up here. A lot of Gaudi designed stuff. We should get a good view as we climb to the top of the park. There's always assorted nutters everywhere you go. In case you're wondering, I have no idea.
Però non me lo ricordo, mi ricordo il tipo di Milano.
Trying to finish it.
bit higher now. We passed the highest point and we're walking back down again.
Tömegtolonc, ez tömeg van, csak a könnyedén. Lelassult a jut, egyébként megértően.
Right now we're waiting to go into the Gaudi Park, which is a timed entry for 4:30, and you will not get in there 1 second before. This is a pretty weird place with some weird stuff in it. Walking down La Rambla, the big shopping concourse, down towards the Christopher Columbus statue where we get the bus back to the ship. There are some pretty amazing buildings that we're passing. Some kind of festival going on today. Our first taxi driver mentioned a celebration for their patron saint, so that's probably what's going on. Looks like we're catching up with this festival, whatever it is.
Bueno, todas estaban atrasadas, no,
Looks like we found some marching people. There are some strange people here. It's Sunday morning, we're still in Barcelona. We'll shortly be disembarking, heading to the airport at the end of a terrific cruise. The first credit in this movie goes to the world-famous film producer, Mr. Panda. The second credit on this movie goes to the chief project engineer, Mr. Boo.